Hey my peoples, I'm Faced by Trevi. If you did not know, please subscribe if you aren't. We are trying to reach a goal of 500 subscribers by mid-August. Please help me reach my goal. But today, we will be doing a review on the Morphe, what is this? 9J Just a Crush palette. It came in this packaging and it looks like this with a full-size mirror. Super pretty, so a lot of pinks and purple tones. If you want to see how I got this look and how I feel about this palette, stay tuned and let's get into it. Okay, so first off, let me say this palette I got for, it's $12 online. I will link it down below. But I got it for $6 because they were having a deal at the time. You buy two of their 9 palettes, their 9 shadow palettes, you can get 2 for $12. And typically they are just $12. But you will see how I feel about this at the end of it. But I did create this really pretty look from it. And I think the colors are really pretty. It's a nice mix of tones that you could use for many different things. You can create a lot of different looks. You can use either one of these. You can just dip in for a crease color. I use one of the colors as a liner today. So I think it's totally worth the money as of right now. But I would love to play with it some more in this makeup look. I use 6 of the 9 colors, I believe. 1, 2. I use a lot of them. I use 6 of the 9 colors. So the first top 3 shades in the palette, starting here and going that way. The first shade is called, these little papers are so handy, but I can't decide which way to put it. But so the first shade here is called Will They. The next one is called Wink, and Butterflies is this pinkish shade. Butterflies has a nice bluish tone, silver to it. I'll try to get better videos of these. Has a nice bluish tone, silver sheen to it. What is the other one? Wink has kind of a copper feel to it. It's on my eye right here. This one's Will They, this one's Wink. But it has more of a copper look to it, in my opinion, on my arm, if you can see that. And then, so if you can even see, it kind of has that bluish tone in it. Like I said, it kind of matches my headband. But that one it swatches really prettily, but I feel like it's a little sheer. You will see when I go apply it. And then we have this matte here. It's called Butterflies. So it's kind of similar to my skin tone. It looks kind of brownish tone, which I put that as the inner corner. As you can see, it has more pink in it, but it does look kind of brownish. So that is the first row. To the second row, we have, gotta make sure I'm holding this the right way. So we have Glance, First Kiss, which I did use as the liner. And then we have Double Text, which is I use on the outer corner. So I think it's so pretty. So if you can see Glance, if you can get over there, it's kind of like a brownish, it looks like silver in pan, but it comes off like a silvery tan color, like a nice tan color with some nice reflect. It is brighter on my arm than it's showing on camera. I don't know how people do these swatches, like, ugh. And then then we have First Kiss, which is this hot pink. It looks like, kind of looks maroon, but it's kind of hot pink. And it has like these little glitters in it. They're like little silver glitter, pinkish silver glitters, but they do not show up at all once you apply. I really hate shadows that do that. Like, yeah, it's a cute look, but don't put it in there if it's not gonna show up on my eye, like, or if it's just gonna blend away. Like, I think it needs more glitter. Then don't put the glitter. It's just gonna be a matte color. Like, like that's just costing you money, and you know you're gonna charge me for it. But next we got Double Text, which is this deep purple. It kind of looks brown on camera, but I don't know how people be holding their arm for these swatches, but it's this deep purple, and I think it's super pretty. I use it on my lower lash line and upper crease, upper crease color. But you will see how I feel about that color. That color I got some issues with, but it's super pretty, blends very nice. All these colors blend nice and have great pigmentation overall. But now we're gonna move on to the next line. Okay, so next we have Casually, Flustered, and Make a Move. So as you can see on my arm with these colors, I would insert better pictures because godly, but Casually and Make a Move look very similar, but this one is a lot more purple toned, and this one is kind of like a reddish brown. And then in the middle between those we have Fluster, which is this very pretty cranberry pink. I don't know how people, wait, hold on. There we go. There's the whole palette. But so these are like the first three. The second three, which that one kind of blends into my skin tone on camera, and then these are the third three. But yeah, I think they're very pretty. So the thing is, Make a Move and Casually, these two do look really similar in swatches, but this one's a lot more reddish brown, that one's a lot more purple. And on the eye, I will say Double Text and Make a Move are very similar on the eye once they blend out. Because this one looks a lot more, Double Text, which is in the end of the second row, looks a lot more purpley. And then this one looks like a lot more just deep. But when you blend them out, they kind of look the same. As you can see, this is my other corner. We have this one. I lied. This one. And then in my crease, we have this one. But they kind of blend to look very, very similar. But you will see me try these out in video. But I think this palette is great. And let's get into seeing me create this look. I look crazy because I put on way too much eyeshadow primer. But jump in, I'm going to go in with this shade Double Text, this nice purplish shade right here. And it looks lighter on camera, but it's a little darker. So I'm going to go in with that on a fluffy brush. I'm going to start stamping that low in the crease just to start building up shadow. It's a little bit darker than what it shows up in pan as well. But like I said, it's showing up lighter on camera. I'm going to just start stamping this in the crease. I'm doing this method only because I'm using a bigger blending brush. I want to have space so I can blend up as well as that because like I said, put on too much eyeshadow primer. So far what I'm saying is that these colors do blend out really nicely. As you can see, it diffuses really, really nicely. And but what I will say, it has a very light amount of fallout, very, very light, barely anything. So it's not extra like that one palette that everyone hated from, I think, Anastasia. Nothing like that at all. But what I will say is that this color, what is it called? Drive, Double Text. The color Double Text to me is showing up like this shade, which is called Make a Move. So how I thought this one would apply, as you can see, the tone is very similar. That's what this is looking like. So I'm guessing they might apply a little darker. We'll see as we continue. So I cut my lid about 3/4 of the way, and now I'm going with this shade right here, this nice sparkly bright pink called Butterflies. And if you looked in the mirror, yes, that was my tripod and some makeup over there. So I'm going to just take that on a flat brush. I'm going to start pressing this first into this first inner lid of the eye of this concealer we put down. It seems like a very sheer shade to me, but like I think it looks like you can build it pretty alright. So I'm going to just continue pressing that into this inner part of the lid. It is really, really pretty. It's a really pretty shade. It's not telling too much on camera, the difference between the concealer to the shadow, but it's very pretty. But it is something you have to build up, I'm seeing. With the shade next to it in the center called Wink. It's this nice, pretty shade here. It's more, I don't know how to describe this color. It's a bit dark. It's like a darkish pink. I don't know how to describe that. Like, it's super pretty, though. That's just all the stuff in my room. Hello, there's me. And so I took that last shade about halfway, but I'm going to put this one right in the center and blend it outwards. So we're creating like a gradient of color here. This one has a lot more shine to it, as you can tell, but compared to this one, in my opinion. But it does apply a lot easier, a lot smoother than the last one, and a lot more full coverage. I would say that this tone creates quite a bit of fallout in the pan, but it does apply, it does mesh really well with the pink color that I put on the inner half of the lid. And it does apply beautifully, very, very smooth. And Make a Move with this dark grayish purple that we talked about earlier. We're going to take that on a small fluffy brush. I'm going to put that into this outer corner. First I'm going to like stamp it in there. Hold on. This. Hello? Hello? This color is very similar to the color we put in our crease. It's maybe like the slightest hair darker. But it looks very, very similar. So with that, I see like an issue in the palette. Like, yeah, it's still pretty and they go good together, but in tone, they're very, very similar. It's maybe the slightest bit darker. And in person, they basically look the same. They could have, yeah, it's a pretty color, but I don't know. I don't want two of the same color in an eyeshadow palette, if you ask me. But they're pretty. So I'm going to start rounding this corner off here and blending this darker color in. It doesn't give a nice gradient from lighter to darker along the crease, but they are basically same color almost in my opinion. They're very similar in tone. Trying to test out as many colors as I can for you with this one look with this palette. So I ended up doing a wing liner with some light concealer, and then I just stamped over it with this shade, First Kiss. This very pinky middle shade. It has some glimmer to it, but it did not show up on my eye. All I did was put the concealer down like I normally would do with my wing liner, and then I just stamped over it with the shade First Kiss, and then I outlined the top half of it with black and my lash line just to hide the lash band without going with lashes. And it's a really pretty pink, but I think it will pop more once I have my base done and get ready to finish off the whole look and sharpen up this wing. But it's very pretty. The shimmer in it does not come through like I expected it to, but still really nice. It's a really nice palette for maybe like I don't know, if you really like pink and it's your birthday, perfect. If you getting married and you got a pink scheme, I guess, perfect. Or Valentine's Day, you want to get ready for your boo, perfect. Alright, so I'm going to start finishing off this look for you. I just went in with Purple Dream highlighter from Artist Couture because I thought the tone matched really well, no blush. But I'm going back in with the first shade we went in called Double Text. And we'll put that on our lower lash line. Oh, it has a full mirror if I did not mention that. But I'm just tying this all in together. Oh, when you get yourself in the eye is the worst thing ever. But I'm just taking this to inner outer corner. Oh, as you can see, that pink color does pop just slightly more. But yeah, I'm taking this color, text me inner to out, double text from inner to outer. I'm just gonna put a white liner in my waterline. I'm gonna go in with the shade Will They for my inner corner. I was gonna go in with Glance, but it's a little taupey for what I want, especially matching this look. So that's just Will They is just like a nice matte creamish pinkish color, and start putting that into the inner corner just to brighten it. Well, I will say it does brighten, like that difference compared to that. Yes, it's a really pretty matte shade. I would love this for a lid color as well. Alright, so I finished the look. I just put on some mascara. Didn't want to overwhelm the look with a lash. I put on the Lemonade Lip Gloss from Dominique Cosmetics. But this palette I absolutely love. So I think all the colors worked really well. The one we used right here, which is called got it. Which is called Wink, is very, very pretty. I love that color, how it reflects and shines. I think I really feel like it's a little bit of fallout, but that's probably just because how it's pressed. It is probably supposed to be more like a photo shadow, so it goes on with this really pretty shine. I think that the first color and the outer corner, the crease and outer corner color are just too similar. What is it called? Double Text and Make a Movie. Just they're too similar. Like, they're really pretty, they blend nicely, but too similar. The shines have really nice shine. The mattes are very pigmented, as you can see from that inner corner and the brow bone, the crease color. But I think this palette is totally worth your money. I would have paid probably even $18 for it, quite honestly. I would have paid $24 if these two colors just weren't as similar, but I think it's worth a lot more than how much they offered it for, because this is a palette. Look at that shine on the lids. I think it's so gorgeous. Like, you can wear this look to so many events, even if you're just feeling your Barbie fantasy for the day. But I love this palette. I will link it down below in the description. I'm Faced by Trevi. Don't forget to watch some of my other videos on the next page. Subscribe to all my social media down below. As well as that, please subscribe and share with your friends. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers by mid-August. Please help me reach my goal, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.